happened?
I think it's always quite a tough league to get back out of. Like, there's only 2 teams that they're going straight back up first time, but with the squad we've got, you'd have thought we'd at least be challenging for the playoffs, not struggling, and I think we're only 7 points above the relegation zone now, so at the minute it's just all about staying up and staying in business, really.
As fans, the fundraising, how was the fans helping towards the fundraising with the trust and the hashtag Savepools? Are the fans committed to these, or are they doing their own thing?
Yeah, I think the fundraising went really well, really. That Rachel who set it up's done really well. And then Mike's started the Savepoolsday and spread a lot of awareness about it. So I think what he's done is raised the awareness, and probably he's got a few more people to donate that wouldn't have knew about it if he didn't do so. But obviously we still need a lot more money to go, and not much time really, 25th, so just got to keep putting the word out there and hopefully get somewhere near the target.
Like
I agree, massively.
Yeah, in '86 it was happening to us. Like you say, since I've been talking to yourselves and going to Hartlepool on Saturday, it brings it all back. I remember 1986, the lads, the Boro squad, going over the ICI field, Stewart's Park, to do the pre-season training, and then to actually see the locks go on the ground, and we didn't have no ground to play in. And then obviously Hartlepool's came along and done us a massive favour. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Obviously Middlesbrough wouldn't have died, but like you say, we'd have went down God knows how many leagues. Yeah. So now, like you say, the awareness has been raised and the Boro fans have rallied to return the favour. How's that been taken in Hartlepool amongst the fans? Because obviously I've worked on sites and we've had a lot of ribbon over the years with Hartlepool. You know, if it wasn't for us, you know, what did we get in return? And the answer was, you got a set of kits and a bag of balls. What more did you want? You know what I mean? So how's it been taken in Hartlepool with the fans?
I don't think we can ever. I don't think any of the fans could ever repay or thank the Boro fans enough. Obviously, you get 20,000+ at home. I didn't expect it to go for yourselves and all the fans to be donating and do all this for us, but now it has happened, but we can't. I know some of you might have, obviously there's a lot of people have already donated money themselves, but we can't just stop now. I think we need just to keep sharing and keep doing stuff like this and raising an awareness, so it's not just throughout the country till it's globally, and then we can help, like what Mike said and one of the lads said on Tuesday night, where it's at a point where there's people willing to help, and hopefully an investor sees and see what the North East's like, for people who will pull together and help someone who is in need, because we always do it. So I think we've just got to keep going until hopefully by the end of next month there's looking at more increasing than there is buyer, and then hopefully something happens.
I agree. I think the Boro fans and a lot of football fans in general really have been unreal. Raising money, I know loads of Boro coming Saturday as well, but there's other clubs that are coming on Saturday just to pay and just to donate to the club really and try and help us, so it's been unreal. Like, all over the country people donating and coming to the game, it's just class.
Like simple things, what the guy said Tuesday night about everybody using the bar at the ground, things like that, do you know what I mean? And like we've had a message through saying that car park and in all the council car parks, it will be free on Saturday for the game. Like you say, it all helps towards bringing money into the club. Yeah. There's lots of clubs been through this, like Plymouth, Exeter, Rangers, Coventry, and they've all seemed to come out the other side. Is there hope for, like you say, if things go to plan, you get a buyer, that Hartlepool can come through the other side and then go on and maybe be successful like these other teams have? Yeah,
we want that to happen. Or we just want someone in the town to win the lottery and the Euros. That's about it really, but now we hope someone obviously comes through, and if it's the trust joining with, like Jeff Stelling said, he's got an investor who want to help with the trust, then as long as we have a football club, I don't think many fans will be shaking their heads or anything, because there's, at the end of the day, there's a club there and we can go out and support our club on a Saturday really.
Like you say, we know how passionate Jeff Stelling is about the club. We see it every Saturday. Do you think Jeff Stelling is in a position where he'd step in, or is he waiting for some investment to go in before he shows his hand?
Yeah, he said if he gets an investor, he's had a few meetings, I think, if he gets an investor, then he'll put money in as well with the investor, but he said he can't run it on his own, so we really don't need an investor, otherwise it's not too promising really, because with all like that's going on, we need the investor to come pretty soon as well, because we don't have that much time.
Do you think that investment hopefully will come from someone local, or do you think there's some outside source, outside company who'll come in, pay your debt off and then go from there, or is it just all hitting up at the moment, Liam?
I'd like it to be anybody, but we've seen what happens when an investor's come in from somewhere that he doesn't know the area, he doesn't know what the people are like, and has done what he's tried to do, and obviously he's failed. But we'd like someone local who knows what the club's all about, and has a liking for football and wants to actually put his money and get his rewards out of it. And that's about it. But at the end of the day, I don't care who takes over, as long as they do a decent job and sustain us as much as they can.
Like you say, you have some high profile Hartlepool fans, Ridley Scott, Peter Mandelson, and obviously Jeff Stelling.
Yeah.
You know, like if people like that could highlight the plight in the positions that they're in. You know, we lost Darlington. I know there's no love lost between Darlow and Poles, but we lost Darlington. Can the North East afford to lose another football team to, you know, the lower reaches of the pyramid?
Not as good as us anyway. If we lose us, that's it. Football's game over.
Because like you say, North East football at the moment struggling. Sunderland aren't doing too good. Newcastle are failing to get a buyer. You know, Boro are ticking over. You know, nicely, top 10 of the championship. But obviously, as fans, we want more from the Boro. You know, right? But like you say, as Hartlepool now, we don't want to lose another North East team to go down to the lower reaches. Another North East team, a football league team, in the Northern League.
Yeah.
You know, because like you say, use young lads, use are the driving force now with a passion to keep pools going. And is there anyone in these groups with the same passion as yourselves from the older side of the fans?
Yeah.
Yeah,
there's no love lost, is there really?
No, I think as a region and as a town, it's got to stay. We might not be the best football team, but as a football team in the town, it brings that much revenue to the town. Be awful for the town to lose it, and that's why we've got to do everything to keep it, really. The amount of money the town would lose if we didn't have a football team would be massive, especially up here where there's not much money, jobs, etc. Like, you just lose that much money.
Like, tell us about your last game of the season, what you all do on the last game of the season for the people who are watching, don't know what happens with the Pool fans. What?
Should we say John the Crow he's called? I don't know, he won't be watching this, but we'll no doubt get some stick off him. He organises it all. Doesn't reveal the fancy dress until the last week or so, isn't it?
Yeah, about a week and a half.
So we don't know what it is. We have we have a feeling what we know it's going to be, but we just go wherever, and we've unfortunately been to Plymouth twice. Charlton twice, Cheltenham, but we all just dress up, and that's what we try and do, like put our town on the club on the map as well, and it's the best weekend of the year.
Yeah.
Honestly,
it's unreal.
Yeah, it's so bad, man.
Yeah, like you say, we don't want to lose traditions like that. You know what I mean? Because I was in Hartlepool Saturday, and you feel like, well, what's your average gate now at home? Yeah.
It's normally around about 3,300, and it's just
it's going down and down now.
But that's still 3,000 people coming into your town centre, spending money, going to the game, isn't it?
Yeah, that's
and like you say, can Hartlepool sustain losing that every 2 weeks? You know what I mean? The town itself, it's just going to be
a lot of
such an
businesses.
impact. Yeah, so and local businesses are going to suffer.
It's just, it's massive. Like, it's not much, but it's massive to us, especially like Saturday when we're going to get 7,000 there, and you regardless if the other fans or not, and you might not like the club as much as we do, but it's like what we've been talking about all week, just since last week, and we had a load of clubs are coming, and finally we can show the clubs that we can have a bit of a sing-song and a bit of atmosphere at the ground, which is basically what we go for, really, and that's about it. We're not really bothered about the football, but we are at the same time. But if we win, it's a bonus. But it's the same. That's all we want to. Like, we're looking forward to Saturday anyway. So
yeah, you both come from Hartlepool. Hartlepool's full of Newcastle fans, Sunderland fans, Boro fans. So what draws two lads of your age, when you were younger, to think, right, I'm going to be a poolie, I'm not going to follow the Smoggies, the Geordies or the Mackhams, I'm going to go to the pools every other Saturday. What, as kids, what drove you to do that? What gave you that passion to become pools fans?
It's just where you're from, really, and I don't think you can help where you're from, and where you're from you've got to support. Well, I think so anyway, but I used to go with my dad when I was younger and then started going with my mates, and I wouldn't change it, really, no chance.
Same, really. I don't think I was in a position to say no. My dad when he tried and drag us along, but it's class. It was ever since. But when we were young, and around the time when we were 4 or 5, we were successful and we were doing well. But we weren't. Obviously now, ever since we've grew up and we can actually go to the game on our own and that, we've just been, well, I won't say what we've been like, but we haven't been very well good, have we? So,
like you say, all I remember is Hartlepool always applying for re-election, and I remember once when they started promotion and relegation from the conference. The season before that took place, Hartlepool finished bottom and Maidstone had won the league again below them, and they got blocked because obviously the promotion, and Hartlepool got saved again by re-election. Yeah. So, you know, I had my ears for, you know, supporting your hometown team, which I've told lots of Hartlepool fans, people from Hartlepool before, support your hometown team. Yeah. After Saturday, hopefully you've got a big bag of cash, a load of money. How long is that going to help your club for?
Just the next month. It's just month on month. We've just got to keep doing what we've done and what like so Mike Lewis and yourselves and what we've already mentioned have done. Just to keep going for as long as we can until we've done all of it and all we can to keep our club afloat until there's a buyer and till we're back on our feet again. 'Cause that's just what we have to do.
So this money, which is going to be raised, hopefully will be enough to sustain the club for just another 4 weeks, Jake?
Yeah, it's a month. If we get 200 grand, it should see us through for another month, which is 4 more weeks to get a buyer and hopefully someone in that time. Otherwise, come to the end of next month again, it's going to be the same story, and once you've done it once, you're more than likely going to struggle to do it again in terms of raising as much money. So hopefully, next 4 weeks are crucial really for us surviving, I'd say.
So obviously, when fans, Hartlepool fans, need to sustain this now till the end of the season, and hopefully this might comes up with some more other ideas to get you through to the end of the season. Yeah. Is it a payment off the league at the end of the season? Do you still have another parachute payment, or do you just get the one?
We get 200 grand at the end of this season again, but if we're not there, then we don't get it, obviously. So I think any investor coming in will have Jeff's money added on. He'll have the 200 grand at the end of the season, but it's all about whether he'll take on the debts at the minute and look at the books and be impressed. Because I don't.
See, this is mad, isn't it? You've got 3 football fans here, and we're talking about money when it's about football, isn't it? But obviously, your club is desperate for money. Yeah. You know, and like you say, it's got to go on this month. Like as a fan, do you feel comfortable this month? Like you said, do you feel right? We're going to be okay for a month, and hope a buyer comes in. Or do you think the drive and the will is going to be there to carry it on month after month till May?
I think this month we feel a bit more at ease, don't we? Like there's a lot of fans feel a bit more comfortable knowing that the money, or a lot of the money, will be there because of the publicity and that GoFund, as a crowdfunding page. Yeah. It's just obviously the month after, and when the same fans are going to do it again, and the same fans are going to put the money in, because even if it is 3,000, putting say £10-20 in and going to the home game, but it's like without the people who are working for free on Saturday and the money that's already been paid to get the game on, I think you've got to admire the people who are working for now as well, especially the stewards and the people who are working at, obviously like I said on Tuesday, depending on the financial situation, but just got to take it after people and want to hope that they'll do it for free. Otherwise I think we'll end up doing it, and a lot of the lads who go and watch the match will end up doing something to try and
I understand help. There's Middlesbrough stewards coming through, the Hartlepool stewards. Like, you know, like you say, we times like this, like you say, a North East team, we had a football family, you know what I mean? Rivalries, all the bitterness in the past is put aside, and we all pull together,
yeah.
which is really good, Jake.
Yeah, I think, like I've said, it's everyone. Like obviously, Boro have done so much for us over the last few weeks, but everyone's just pulling together. I think like people from all over the country. I was on that Just Giving page the other day. I saw a donation. I think it was £100 or £1,000 anyway, but it was off a Lincoln fan. Like just nothing to do with polls at all. Just putting money in. Like without the people that are helping us at the minute, I'd say we've got no chance really. But obviously with everyone chipping in, everyone spreading awareness, it's giving us half a chance at least. It's
the same as the Ebbs Fleet as well, isn't it? The Ebbs Fleet, I think, raised £400 of their game, and you're looking at Ebbs Fleet, who probably, they're not really a bigger club than us. They're probably a lot smaller than us. But then you see the bigger clubs, the likes of your Premier League clubs, you're not asking for money off them. We don't want to go begging for them. But you'd think if every Premier League club put in £1,000 or some sort of contribution that you have to help the club out, then be a whole different story.
I always feel that when you hear teams in trouble, that these massive Premier League clubs should pass some back down the pyramid to avoid things like this happening. Do you know what I mean? Because, like you say, who knows? The next England captain might live in Hartlepool. He might be 7, 8 year old at the moment. You know what I mean? And he's got more chance of developing, playing for his hometown club and going through it that way. You know, like you say, why should we lose teams when there's so much money in the game?
I think a lot of the Premier League clubs have got a lot to take the blame for with the way the money's going in football, but they don't really care about small teams, I think. I know Newcastle did a fundraising last week, and I thought they'd have raised more, really, considering their club here. Sunderland, I know they're fundraising this week at their home game. Then obviously all the Boro lads coming on Saturday. But I thought Newcastle would do more for us, considering local team. But I don't think the big clubs are really that interested. I just think it's not them, they're not really bothered, is it? It's nothing they're bothered about.
It's not football anymore, I don't think. It's the owners are a lot of owners in the Premier League are foreign, aren't they? Yeah. So I think it's more like a business, and football is a business obviously, but we don't expect any money off any of them, and to be quite frank, if they could save a club we'd be grateful, but if we save and we don't have to get a penny off the Premier League clubs, I think a lot of them would be happy, because then we know that we can do it without their money, and it shows that there's more than just football, like more than money, there's more than just money involved in football, and it's actually like club supporters. And
it's us, isn't it? It's like yourselves. That's what matters. That's how much, like you say, you love that club and you want that to be there.
Exactly.
Not for your convenience, you want it to be there so you can go watch your hometown team. It's
a hobby, isn't it? It's something everyone every football fan enjoys doing, and I think just
obviously you're two young men. If you have kids, you know, if you're fortunate to have kids, you're going to make them go, which isn't their fault, it's yours. You know what I mean? They're going to have to suffer like yourselves.
Exactly, I think there's a few of the lads in our group expecting kids in a short while, so I think they'll be when they come. They'll be coming. But you're right by what you're saying. I think we just can't. We've just got to keep going and
you see the likes of footballers like Danny Graham. It's been highlighted. It's been the amount of money he's given. Like you say, I don't know if you know, has any other players come forward and put their hand in the pocket?
I don't think it's such put their hands in the pockets. I know a few of our former players have raffled like match-worn shirts when we done the Great Escape. Jordan Ugle, he's a Boro lad, but obviously plays for Preston. Scored the goal to keep us up, and he's donated that shirt to raffle. So hopefully they should bring in a few different.
Nathan
Thomas as well. Hopefully they'll bring in a bit of money for the club.
Danny Graham, I think that's just shows that he's just a person. He's from the northeast, so he knows what it's all about. So I think footballers should really just take a bit, even if it's just 20 quid, it's just better than nothing, and just should take note from what he's done. But like again, I don't expect it from any of them, because it's their own money at the end of the day, so and do what they want. But
what you're expecting on Saturday, the banter to be like between the Pools and the Boro lads? Is it friendly banter, or are we still going to get into each other's ribs?
I think on Saturday it'll be a good atmosphere at Pools, to be fair. I think as Pools fans going, don't know how many more games we might have, so I think it'll be a proper good atmosphere, and I think Wrexham will bring a few up, so they'll make a bit of noise. Hopefully it's a good game as well for all the other fans like Boro and Rangers who are coming, so hopefully it's not a bar and 0-0.
Yeah.
or we can get beat.
Yeah.
But like I said, I don't think we're expecting anything again Saturday, so we've just got to hope and we get 3 points.
Has there been talk of a charity game amongst the ex-pros? And if there has, you know, that obviously that'd have to happen quite quick. Has there been any talk of that?
Yeah, on Tuesday there was mention of it, and there's been a few suggestions of playing at Rangers and whatnot, and Rangers having a fundraising game and between the legends and getting some of the legends. But I think you've got to have it as if you're going to do something like that, I think it's got to be our club and where we're making the money. And even though it's nice to obviously do it at a bigger ground and a bigger venue, but if you do that, chances are if you do it at Boro will probably wanting some money for the people who are going to be working, and I think you just got to do it at Hartlepool and make Hartlepool the same. But I think it was some talk of it the 3rd of February or something along those lines to that date.
I think
be a good idea. I think it'd be good.
I think it's a good idea, but I think I was talking to a mate about it the other night, and there's a comedian in Hartlepool. He said he'd do a show for free. There's plenty of bands in Hartlepool. I think you'd be better off just making it a full day, like the footy, then the comedian, then the band. Make a full day out of it and make as much money as you can, really. Yeah.
They've got a night with Jeff Stelling as well. I think it's just a night with Jeff Stelling, one of those, but I think it's a Borough Council, I think it's a town hall, is it?
Town hall,
Borough Hall, yeah. That's where it is. But the charge, I think, £700, I think one of the lads from Pools said on Tuesday night, and it's have to charge £30 a ticket just to try and get the money back what you've paid for it. So we'd hope the council and or just the council in general will do something like that for now, where they'd hire it out. And
have the council been involved? Are the council helpful in any shape, way or form?
I think they could do a lot more, to be fair. Yeah. It's like we've mentioned, if the club goes bust, then a lot of the revenue at Hartlepool has just gone for, like, from the council, really. All the taxes that these pubs pay, a lot of pubs will close down if the club goes dead. But obviously they've put on that free parking Saturday. I know a lot of the schools are doing like Wear Your Football Shirt Day, and donations are going to pools. So I'm guessing that's came through the council. But I think they could do a lot more, really, well it does. I
think a lot of it, what they've got in reserve, is something about 50 odd million in the reserve, but I think obviously that's the public money, and they've have to go through the public if they were willing to do something like that and put some money into pools, even if it's just, like I said, an amount where we can say the council's done something. But they've done something with free parking. But I think in terms of saving your club that brings in a lot of money throughout the season, I think, like Jake said, you can just do a bit more to even just whatever they can. If you've got to ask for people, the town's permission of what they want to do, and get, if they would like to do that in a vote or something, then maybe, I don't know if you could do that. But along those lines, I think they could do a lot more, like Jake said. So yeah.
So what as fans, you as Pools fans, what's going to be done to raise the profile of this after Saturday for this to continue? What other plans are put in place? Do we know where we can obviously let the people of Hartlepool know?
I think it's still going to have to be talked about, really, because obviously if we don't find a buyer, it's got to keep going month on month on month. So you can't really let it get too far out of the public's eye, really. Otherwise it'll just be forgotten about. We've just got to keep spreading awareness, I suppose, so more and more people hear about it and realise how much trouble we're actually in.
Like you say, I was at Boro Fan TV, we'll be advertising it, I dare say, on a weekly basis.
I think a documentary, for like what you said, taking videos and pictures of the crowd and sort of showing what the club means to people. I think once something like that's out there, then we just got to all jump on it and do it all over again, and make sure Saturday, if it's a success, if we win, if we get beat or whatever, just show that that's what can happen. And if we do have next home game, I'm not sure when it is, just make sure we're all there and doing the same again, because I'm sure people will, especially in the local area.
Like you say, I interviewed Angus on Saturday, Angus the monkey. I look at him as the most famous mascot in football because he's got the best name, and you know what I mean. And I interviewed him. He didn't have much to say, but you could see, obviously, when I did talk to him, he's passionate, and like you say, our kids love Rory when they go to the game. So like you say, could see Hartlepool without Angus the monkey running about on a Saturday.
Don't think so. I think it's not right if not seeing that on a Saturday. But the kids like obviously enjoy seeing stuff like that, and obviously doing whatever like high fives and all that rubbish with them. But it's what they enjoy, isn't it? It's part of the club again. So.
And obviously Hartlepool's a club where Brian Clough took his first manager's job.
Yeah.
You know, he started his career at Hartlepool. Yeah. Obviously you've had a lot of colourful. Tommy Docherty's son. Yeah. You've had lots of colourful managers at Hartlepool.
We seem to have a lot of like famous people and like stuff regarding that, and we think it's just got a, I don't know, it's just something like a famous link between the club ever since obviously like the Brian Clough and stuff. So.
Well, like you say, the high-profile fans that you have now, hopefully they're going to raise the profile and push this and advertise this. So, like you say, what we all want to save Hartlepool.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
so that's hopefully you can just do it again, like we've said, and do it and just keep doing it until.
Right. Before we go, do you want to say out to people to, you know,
just to keep doing what they're doing and what they're doing support-wise, and help. Hopefully, like what you guys are doing, do the same then, and then hopefully we can be alive next month and the month after until the end of the season, really.
I think as Hartlepool fans, I think everyone owes a thanks to everyone really who's helping us raise the profile of Saturday and donating money and spreading awareness, and especially the Boro fans who are coming through. So obviously a lot of them could be going to the game, but coming to ours instead and raising the profile, so it should be a good day Saturday.
Yeah.
Liam, Jake, Guesty, Boro Fan TV. This has been, you know, I'm a bit gobsmacked.